What's up guys, welcome back to another video on the WolvesAgenda YouTube channel. And in today's video we're going to be talking about why Wolves should sign Vitinha and Rayan Ait Nouri this summer. So as you know, at midnight both their loan contracts expired with the club, meaning they've gone back to their parent clubs. But whether they stay there, however, we don't know yet. We haven't been told what's going to happen. The club haven't confirmed anything yet, so right now the only thing we can do is just wait, see what happens. There has been reports that Fosun, this is about Vitinha. There has been reports that Fosun do want to sign Vitinha. I'm not sure about Rayan Ait Nouri yet, but there has been reports that Fosun want to sign Vitinha. Not sure how much for. Apparently they're trying to get him for cheap than what Porto are valuing him at. Sorry. I can't get my words out, but apparently Fosun are having financial trouble with that. Once again, I don't know whether that's true, but apparently they will be preparing a bid in the next couple weeks to see if we can sign him permanently, which I would love. Okay, so personally, I think that we should sign them as they fit the agenda perfectly. They fit the description of players at large ones perfectly. They're attacking minded. They're young. They're quite pacey, you could say. Very skillful. Future talent, future star, which is exactly what large wants and the fans at the club want as well. Some of you might have seen some of you might have seen Vitinha in. Sorry about that, but some of you might have seen Vitinha in the under-21 European Championships that happened a few weeks ago, before Portugal got knocked out of it. It looks very good. I'd say he looked very good indeed. I just wish that Nuno had given him more minutes in the season, because as of right now we don't know if he will be coming back to the club ever. He might not ever come back, which could be a big mistake. Same with Rayan Ait Nouri. When he played for us whilst he was covering for Marcal and Johnny, he looked very good as well. Obviously he scored a goal on his debut against Crystal Palace in that 2-0 win in the Premier League. So if he keeps doing that and he does sign for us, then he could become a world-class star as well. And if we don't sign him and Vinagre goes, Johnny's already injured. Marcal will be back. Marcal will be fit for the first game, but he's got injured 2-3 times in the first season, so that might happen again. And if he gets injured, John is injured, we don't have Vinagre or Ait Nouri, then we'll be left with no left backs. So I don't know what we do there. In other words, we'd be stuck. Now, okay, so another reason why we should sign them is I'm looking at Rayan Ait Nouri's value here now, and since he joined us, his value has increased quite a lot. So when we signed him, his value was roughly around 14 million. It was 13.9 million, and then but by the end of it, it was bang on 18 million. Bang on 18. So that in a year that's gone up quite a bit. Not too much, but it's gone up a fair amount, I'd say so. Same with Vitinha. When we signed him, his value was 4.5, and then when he left us, his value was 6.3. So it's only gone up to 2 million, but it's still going up. He's 21. If he got more game time, then that probably would have gone up even more than it has done. Most of that, however, was probably from the European Championships. Obviously, we know that Vitinha is full of potential with that goal. He scored one goal for the club. That goal was against Chorley in the FA Cup. The nice screamer that he scored was really good. Reminds me of a few that Ruben Neves has scored in his career for us, which was good. Obviously, as well, Rayan Ait Nouri's goal against Palace was also very good. So like they both have potential to score. Yeah. As well. Okay. So as well, like, okay, so I'm looking at his stats at Porto, and he did score quite a bit. Like Vitinha as well, he obviously got that assist in the Premier League as well, which was very very good. He got quite a few. He got quite a few assists and goals when he played for when he played for Porto. Like the not so much the first team, but mainly the B side. He scored about 10 and assisted about 11. So it's very very good, very 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 good. Rayan Ait Nouri, he mainly when his time at Angers, he's mainly just assisted. He hasn't really scored, but obviously for us, yeah. Well, he got 4 assists for Angers, the previous season, and obviously for us, he got one assist and 1 goal, which I know that doesn't sound like much, but for a who was then 20, no, 19 even, it's all right, especially in the Premier League. That goal he scored on his debut. I know I keep going on about it, but that goal was good. He also got quite a few minutes in. He got 1,404 minutes according to Transfermarkt. I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate. I mean, it could be with the amount of games he played with Johnny and Mark Albion now. Overall, a lot of people at Wolves love him and Vitinha. I do too. I really want them to stay. They'd be perfect. They'd be absolutely great for the club. Vitinha, in the Premier League, he got 500. He had 511 minutes. So yeah, roughly around 500 minutes, which I thought we could have given him more. I thought we could have, we should have given him more. Really, that's a bad error on Nuno's behalf. Bad error on Nuno's behalf. Although I have seen some links as well, which is quite interesting. I have seen some links that obviously now the news broke yesterday that Nuno, our former manager, he for the next 3 years he will be managing Tottenham Hotspur, our Premier League rivals. Whether he lasts that long, I don't know. But there's been reports that they want to sign Neto, and obviously no one can sign him right now because he's injured. He'll fail his medical, but I don't want him to go. But if he was to go as well, Vitinha can also play. Like his other position is a left winger, so he can play. He can also play left winger, but I'd rather him stick to the position he knows best, the midfield. Same with Rayan Ait Nouri. Rayan Ait Nouri, obviously, his main position is, well, the only position he can play is left back, which is why I reckon we need to sign him, because I prefer it when we have 3 left backs, like three left backs, because that means we have we have plenty of backup for the other 2. Obviously he looked very exciting. When we first announced the signing, I got very excited. Although I didn't know how it was going to turn out, I wanted us to sign him in. But then I wasn't sure how it would turn out. First, I didn't think he'd get many minutes, but after seeing him, I liked him a lot. But like my opinion on Vitinha, it's been a bit over the place in the season. When he scored that lovely goal against Chorley, I thought yes, instantly we need to sign him instantly. But then when towards the end of the season, when he got a few minutes, he was quite quiet. He didn't do that well. I was like, my thought changed a bit. I was like, is he really as good as P40s? And then I saw him in the under-21 European Championships, and my mind completely changed again. I was like, we need to sign this. We need to sign this guy. Get him signed instantly. Get the contract signed. All that stuff. Although apparently, okay, so Porto. So the deal was when they first signed him that for Vitinha, Porto wanted 20 million euros for him, which I thought was a fair deal. Maybe can get for a bit cheaper. Fosun, however, since then they've buffed it up to around 25-30, which Fosun clearly don't like that. They're trying to get him for around 15-20 million. So talks have been ongoing since a couple of days ago. So they really do want to sign him, but they just can't agree on terms right now with how much to sign him for, as the loan to buy option for the 20 million that expired at midnight. So they can value him at more now. Same for Ait Nouri. Although the situation on Ait Nouri this past week that's been a bit quiet. I really would have thought that we would have heard more on him. Ait Nouri was also 20 million. We don't know what's happening to that. Obviously, he's the most valuable under 19 player, or he was. I don't know what's happening with him, whether we're going to put in a bid for him, whether we have signed him. I just don't know yet. Well, I'm assuming we'll find out something soon. Obviously, one thing that went up a lot is that both players are represented by Gestufumian and George Mendes. He has a very close relationship to the club. He works with the club a lot on bringing players into the club, bringing players out of the club. So they'd be very good fits. And Vitinha's Portuguese, Rayan Ait Nouri is Algerian and French. So yeah, I reckon Premier League would be good for them because it's the best league in the world, and if they're playing in it at a young age, they could. If they're playing in it at a young age, that could improve them massively, and then we could buy them for quite cheap, and then in the future go on and sell them to make a massive profit, sell them for a massive amount of money in the future, and then use that money to buy better players to improve the main team, and then push for those European places constantly. Same thing with a lot of our players, really. Like if you think of Pedro Neto, same thing for that. We bought him for around, I think it was around 19 million. No, yeah, 19 million alongside with Jordao. It was around 16 to 19 million we bought him for, and obviously now, hold on, if I just search up Neto real quick, we bought him for around 16 million, and he's worth around 30-40 million now. So you could have made quite a profit already from him if you were to sell him now, which I don't think would be the case right now. Well, I mean, we can't really sell him. We can't sell him anyway, as he is injured. He would fail his medical, meaning he'd stay at the club. But yeah, right now he's worth 31.5 million. So very good. He's obviously this past season his price would have skyrocketed. Like when we bought him, his market value was 6.3. And then now it's worth 31. So this past couple of seasons, it's just really, really skyrocketed, which I'm pleased to see with players like us. I'm pleased to see that they skyrocket. Yeah, we bought him for 16, and he's now worth 31. So, but hopefully, if we keep him for a few more years, he'll be in that value where he's worth about 60, 70, 80, maybe even 100 million. And once again, we could use that to buy more players, to improve the first team, win more trophies, and hopefully make it into those Champions League spots. He's been linked heavily, Neto's been linked heavily with clubs like Man City, Man United before they signed Jadon Sancho. Same with Ait Nouri. Man United were going to sign him before we signed him on our loan deal. They're not interested in him anymore, which is a good thing. I guess that means that stands a better chance for us. Although Angers seem pretty keen to keep him, as well as Porto for Vitinha. That once again they seem pretty keen to keep him. So they value him quite highly, clearly. So, but Fosun, we know that Fosun will try their best to do what they can. If they can't get them, then it'll be a shame. But if they can get them, then that'll be brilliant. I'll look forward to that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Tell me your thoughts in the comments of whether you'd like Wolves to sign the two. And, yeah, I'll see you all obviously these are just my opinions. So if you disagree, then tell me why, or don't be offended or whatnot. Apart from that, like, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe. Maybe check out my previous video. Check out the previous video as well if you haven't already. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on Sunday. Bye.